Hey, you guys, what's going on? So, I wanted to talk to you today about a topic that everybody is really interested in. I mean, I would think everybody when they come here to Mexico, and that is sports. Okay. What I want to talk to you about is the sports that are available and, how to go about doing them because it's definitely an art here in Mexico. Sports is not like in the United States or Canada for that matter. Very little is available on TV unless it's soccer. Soccer's readily available on TV. You can watch it all day long, every night, as far as I know. For instance, talking about sports, there's no American football. So if you're interested in that, you have to focus on an American football channel because you cannot go and watch it. I believe in the future that'll be something that will come to Mexico, but right now, yeah, that's not something that they have. Bowling. Yeah, you can forget about that too. I came here to Mazatlan and I thought that there was 3 bowling alleys. As it turns out, there was. They all closed. Okay, so there is no bowling to speak of. I'm sure if you go to Mexico City or something like that, you could find a bowling alley, I'm pretty sure. But here in Mazatlan, yeah, it doesn't happen. Tennis, you can play tennis at resorts, and there is a couple tennis courts around, but they're not very good courts, so very difficult. Golf, there is golf here. There's here in Mazatlan, I believe there's 3 golf courses. One is El Cid, that's pretty good. The other one is the Marina Golf Course. That's pretty good. And then there's one on the outside of town. I don't remember what it's called, but it's decent. Okay. So in other words, it's nothing like the American golf courses. Okay. They're similar, but there's some real bad spots. So, you better know how to hit the ball. There's no water skiing. Okay, so if you're into water skiing, this isn't your place. Okay, that's not going to happen. Diving. If you're a diver, you can find it, but doesn't have the visibility that you would like. I'm a diver. The visibility here in Mazatlan is not good. So I'm sure a little bit of diving, but it's not very good. And snorkeling, certainly the visibility is not very good. So that's not going to happen for you either. So there's a lot of sports that you can't participate in, but there is some that you can. For instance, swimming. Hey, everybody loves to swim, and you've got a lot of choices. Every resort you're at has a swimming pool. And all the beaches, the water temperature is perfect all the time, so you can swim to your little heart's content out there. Surfing. There is surfing, but you have to watch the forecast to determine who has the waves this particular day. Some days there's no waves. Some days there's really good waves. Some days there's, just like any surfing, medium. But if you're looking for gigantic waves, that's not available here. But if you're looking to learn, if you're looking to have fun, you can do that here. Pickleball. Pickleball is a big sport here. A lot of people playing a lot of pickleball. So if you're into pickleball, this is your spot. You've got a lot of options, a lot of choices, a lot of private clubs. So you can participate in that pickleball if you like. There's a lot of tournaments, all kinds of stuff. So pay attention to what's going on locally in the pickleball world, and you'll have a great time. They love to bike ride here. My personal opinion, the roads are terrible. Okay, terrible. So you better have a strong rear end, and your bike needs to be pretty good because it's going to take a beating, no question about it. The best bike to ride here in Mexico, in my opinion, is a mountain bike. But you'll see a lot of 10-speeders riding those 10 speeds, getting ready for something that they love to do, which is marathons. They love those marathons, man. They like to swim. They like to run. They like to bike. So if you're into those things, this is your place. They even do it on the freeway. They run on the freeway. They bike on the freeway. I mean, it's crazy here. So if you're into marathons or events like that, great. That's your sport. Walking. Visitors walk here. Very, very few Mexicans do the walking, jogging, running thing. Unless they're an athlete, they're not doing it. They don't do it for fun because obviously running is not fun. It's work. Bike riding, it can be fun, but it's work. Okay. And Mexican people believe in siestas. Okay. So that's my personal opinion. Like I said, you can get involved in these things, but it's basically on your own. But walking, a lot of people do a lot of walking, but it's normally the Americans and Canadians and foreigners, Japanese, Chinese that have it. They're the ones doing the walking. Everybody dances here in Mexico for the most part. They love to dance, and dancing, you can consider that a sport if you want. There's no organized dancing, like line dancing and that kind of thing. I suppose you could find it, but I've never seen it. But they love to dance, and they love to sing. So, if you're coming here for that, you're going to have a ball. Soccer, like I said, very big here. Big soccer. Everybody does it. Kids play it. Adults play it. It's in the parks. It's in everywhere. And our soccer team is probably one of the worst in Mexico, yet our stadium's really nice. So if you're into soccer, this, of course, is your place. Basketball. The Mexican people attempt to play basketball, but you know that they're short. So, the truth of the matter is they don't have any 6'9", basketball players here in Mexico. So Mexico's not a big sport. I go to the Venados basketball games. It comes with my season ticket. Excuse me. And 300-400 people there, maybe. That's on a really big day. And they don't understand the rules, and it gets interesting. Fishing. Now, that's a big sport here in Mazatlan. You can go fishing. You can go for dorados. You can go for marlin. You can go for regular fishing. I love it. A lot of fish out there. But here in Mexico, a lot of people don't use fishing poles, okay? They use the old line in the can thing where they wind it up on the can and take it and throw it out there. They do a lot of that. They do some very little pole fishing. But, of course, if you go out on an adventure, they have the fishing poles and, they do the trolling and the whole 9 yards. And what they have done is put some palm branches out there in the middle of the ocean, and, all the big fishermen, they know where these things are, and they go out there and circle them, and, you'll catch some fish. That's for sure. You will catch them. I went dorado fishing, and I think we caught 15 that one day that I went. We fished for about 5 hours, so you will catch them. But there's fishing seasons, so sometimes if fishing is fishing. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. In my opinion, here music is a sport. Music is everywhere here in Mazatlan and in Mexico in general. But here in Mazatlan, it's kind of unique. They have bandas, which to me is, wow. There can be a good is 10 or more people. That's the way I see it. That's the way I understand it. I'm a musician. 10 or more in that banda, it could be decent. It depends on the singer, and it depends on, the group itself. There's some good ones, and there's some really bad ones here. It's like Maharaji music in the U.S. There's some good ones, and there's some really bad ones. But music is everywhere, and, you got to love music if you come here, because chances are the hotel, the motel, the place you're going to rent, whatever, there's music blasting 24/7. And at night, it doesn't stop. So better be into music, better be into noise if you come here to Mazatlan. It's the culture. And there's some Americans that made investments down here in hotels and whatnot. And they said they want the band of music to stop on the beach because it's making too much noise and it bothers their customers. Well, shouldn't have come here then. The bandas boycotted, and I mean, they had a protest, and this guy basically has been run out of business because he said that he didn't like band of music on the beach. Well, you can't close the beach, and you can't dictate what goes on in the beach, and you can't dictate to the Mexican people what you want, especially when you're an outsider. You come here, don't be trying to change the rules here. Try to figure out how you can adjust to fit in, okay? If you don't like music, don't move anywhere close to the beach. Nowhere close to the beach, because you're going to be hearing it 24/7. Oh, I want a beach house. Oh, I want a beach condo. Oh, I want to be on the Malecon. Oh, I want to be close to this, close to that. Then you come here and you are one miserable son of a gun because the music is nonstop. So if you want peace and quiet, this is not your place to come. Not. Okay? You need to buy a house. You need to buy it in a gated community, and you're still going to have music. So music, in my opinion, is a way of life, and you better get used to it, and you better enjoy it if you come here to Mexico at all, because it never stops, and there's no complaining. Oh, I'm going to call the cops on you. Really? They're not coming for music. You can guarantee yourself that. They'll play till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And, so I've spent many nights out on my boat at the Isla, which is about a mile offshore, maybe a little further, but hey, man, you hear music all night long. You're not going to get any peaceful sleep on the boat till about 1 in the morning. And by then you're so dead tired, it probably doesn't matter what you listen to. You're going to fall asleep. But the situation is, if you're expecting a peaceful, quiet vacation, yeah, Mexico's not your place to come. Because even if you're sitting there on the beach, somebody's playing music, and you better be, able to handle that. Music is a sport. However, here in Mazatlan, in my personal humble opinion, the best sport here is baseball. People love their baseball, and they are on it. At the baseball, it's played in the parks by the Little League kids, by the adults, by the colleges, by the professional Venados baseball team. But it's just different baseball here, okay? The difference is, for instance, at the Venados baseball game, let's talk about that professional game. They play music in between pitches. Every single pitch is noise. The stadium is noisy. Everything is noisy. It's constant music, constant announcing, constant everything. There is no peace here when you go to a game. And they have cheerleaders. They have mascots. It's like football, but in a baseball setting. And here in Mazatlan, they bring those relief pitchers in on a golf cart. And, it's just wild. And fireworks almost every game. And I love it. I think it's amazing. I think it's fantastic the way these people do things. And, of course, I've jumped right on in there, and I've made a true part of the season is from October through January. That's baseball season here. So when your baseball season is over, this one's kicking in. Okay? So I'm dedicated to it. I love the Venados, but we cheer them and we boo them. Right now, this year, worst team they've had in years and years and years. They're getting booed, hammered, everything. But baseball here is your sport. There's Venados stores everywhere. That's where they have jerseys, hats, trinkets, whatever, it's like kind of like a Dodger store, but they're everywhere. So that you could definitely get involved in. So that's my take on sports. Volleyball, depending on the resort you're at, volleyball on the beach. There is college volleyball here. I've seen volleyball once in a while in the parks, once in a great while. But, sports here in Mexico are just different. The leagues are different. The timing is different. The umpiring is different. Everything is different. And it's really not a sporting country, so to speak. For instance, in the U.S., you've got basketball by the ton, leagues everywhere. You've got football leagues everywhere. You've got baseball leagues everywhere, bowling tournaments, tennis tournaments, all these different. Yeah, that's not here in Mexico. Okay, not happening. You can find it if you really look. But some things, like I said, they don't have. American football, bowling, that kind of thing. Yeah, no, don't have it. So when you come here, enjoy the water sports that you can get into and that you need to be, you need to love. There's also parasailing. There's banana tube riding. There's jet skis by the ton. There's bicycles for rent. There's scooters for rent. There's razors for rent. You can ride your quads and razors right on the street. And you can drink doing any of those activities. So if that's your thing, there you go. From my perspective, I love the peace and quiet here that I can enjoy, that I can find. The easier way of life is truly a blessing. The non-burden of expenses here, you can actually make a budget here and you can stick to it. In the U.S., yeah, not so much, because you never know how much your utilities are going to be, right? You never know how much your insurance is going to be. You never know how much your anything is going to be. So, but here, it's a different ball game. So the next time we come back, we're going to be talking about real estate here. And I want to bring you guys up to speed on real estate, rentals, all this kind of thing. But once again, our business here is real estate in Mazatlan. That's EN Mazatlan. If you make the mistake, it'll still refer you. Call us if you need any information regarding anything. We love you. We'd like to hear from you. Make your comments here. Also, follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. Real Estate in Mazatlan and Church in Mazatlan. You guys have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe, please. We'd really appreciate that. I don't like saying that, but the truth of the matter is, it makes a difference. So help make a difference for us. We love you all. We'll talk to you. Have a great day and wonderful holidays coming up. And God bless you from Church in Mazatlan here. We love you. See you next time. Bye.